Rich Jaroslovsky is a technology analyst, and he joins us now from San Francisco. Thank you so much for your time and for joining us here at TRT World. Now, will restricting Huawei from doing business in the U.S. make the country more secure?
That's a huge question. It will certainly hurt the business of U.S. companies like Qualcomm that do a lot of business with Huawei, but the administration did not make public the grounds for which on which it acted beyond saying it was an issue of national security. So in the U.S., at least, nobody really knows exactly what the underlying issues here might be. And the suspicion is that it could just be another round in the ongoing struggle of trade negotiations with China.
Mm-hmm. And in your opinion, will and how will these sanctions impact Huawei?
Well, they'll have a severe impact on Huawei. Basically, the sanctions mean that any companies wanting to do business with Huawei or vice versa will need U.S. government approval. And the question becomes just how difficult it will be to gain U.S. approval for these transactions. The government has a fair amount of leeway in what it can approve and what it doesn't. But the question is, how much complexity will this add to the dealings, and just how stringent is the administration planning to enforce this ruling?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Huawei said it was willing to sign no spy agreements with governments as concerns over the security of its products used in mobile networks continues to grow. Can this impact also other U.S. allies like UK to do the same?
Well, it's quite possible. It depends, again, on how much the U.S. wants to bring pressure to bear on countries other than China. The suspicion is this is a negotiating ploy, although it is certainly a highly potentially explosive negotiating ploy. And unless or until the administration chooses to make public more information about what it based its decision on, it breeds a certain cynicism among other countries about what the U.S.'s true motivations are.
Mm-hmm. And this will impact, obviously, Huawei's reputation from business perspective.
Oh, it's a huge blow, and not just from a business perspective. Remember that Huawei has a not insignificant U.S. presence in the consumer electronics market, for example. A lot of people may own Huawei mobile phones, so or television sets. So this could actually have ripple effects throughout Huawei's U.S. business.
Mm-hmm. And in your opinion, how do you see this situation unfolding?
Well, that's a really great question. My own personal guess is that at some point there will be a U.S.-China trade deal. And that this issue will suddenly not loom nearly as important as the Trump administration is presently making it. However, there is the real danger here that the two countries are stumbling towards a much bigger confrontation than anybody has counted on. So in the short run, at least, it breeds a huge amount of uncertainty in the global marketplace.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll leave it there. Rich Jaroslovsky, thanks so much for that insight for us here at TRT World.